Welcome back. Okay, do you notice anything about me? Well, if you're just listening, no, you don't. But I recommend jumping over to YouTube to watch this video. I have a fat, scabbed upper lip and a small grape on my nose. I aptly named this episode What a Ride. I mean that literally and figuratively. So, let me begin with how I ended up with a fat upper lip and scrape on my nose. Many of you know that I began traveling full time at the beginning of this year. So I am currently in Italy about a half hour to an hour north of Rome. I am out in the country. I am pet and house sitting. I generally work, so don't get out that often. The woman who I'm helping and sitting for was kind enough to lend me her electric bike. Okay, I have never been on one. Haven't been on a bike in 6 years. Okay. And I never mentioned my age generally in telling a story, but it's important to tell you I am 61. Most of the reason I am traveling full time is that the divine told me to do so in order to help people around the world, but also to elevate my understanding of myself and to elevate my energetic vibration. So, one of the things I am called to do on this journey is to push myself beyond my comfort zone to the point that I have a voice and am calm regardless of the circumstance. You can imagine with traveling alone through Europe or anywhere that I come across uncomfortable, unexpected situations all of the time. And even if you don't travel all the time, life often throws curveballs, right? Today, I got onto an electric bike and headed to a nearby town, which happens to be downhill with roads curvy and narrow. Also, if you've never been to Italy, the drivers are crazy. Being unsteady, uncertain, I was going to this town, decided it was probably better to take the narrow sidewalk. Yeah, well, I ended up falling twice on the way there. Once in town, had some open space, became more comfortable on the bike and how it works. On the way back, the sidewalk became too narrow and bumpy, and a bike or a cyclist passed me walking the bike on the sidewalk and looked at me like, "What are you doing?" Okay, they prompted me to get out on the road and get going. Well, I was saying on the road more than a couple minutes when a car came up behind me, beeped its horn. I could hear it and feel it right on me. I became nervous and ended up smacking into the elevated sidewalk fell face first into it, thankfully, only sustained a that lip and a little grayish on my nose. I get up. I'm giving thanks to God that my teeth are intact. Nothing is broken. The bike is fine. A nice woman about my age saw it happen, stopped, offered water. I mean, so kind. Then the young guy who caused me to do a face plant pulled over, walked up to me, and began kind of yelling at me in Italian. Well, I know about 5 words of Italian. I thanked him. Grazia. Uh, look what you did. And he kept barking at me. I finally dismissed him with my hand, telling him, go, go. Oh, he gladly went. I made it back to the house, and I am giving thanks. I had a wonderful experience in town, had a cannoli, had a glass of wine, hadn't been out of the countryside for 3.5 weeks. So that was really nice. In my younger day, I would have been moaning, groaning, would have been cursing out the kid that caused the accident. But I now he really didn't mean me harm. He didn't. You could tell when looking at him, he was just kind of yelling at me, but he was sad. He felt bad. Also, I don't have that negative, heavy energy to exude. I'm just grateful God watched over me so I could have the wonderful experience. Say I rode an electric bike at 61 for the first time and lived to talk about it. Now, the other thing that happened first thing this morning, I woke up to a cease and desist email. It's from a woman in Australia who trademarked the name Transcending Trauma. And she was telling me that I am breaking the law using my podcast name, Transcending Trauma, the spiritual odyssey. Now, when I was looking for a podcast name, I found her podcast name. She hadn't been an active podcaster since 2021. So I thought, oh, okay, I'm good. What I didn't realize is that she had that trademark name. Okay, why the U.S. would approve a trademark on a general term like transcending trauma is beyond me. I mean, I tried to have certain things trademarked, and they were denied, stating that's a general term or words that people use. You can't own those words. I think that applies or would to this, but apparently not. I bring this up because in my pre-healing days, this kind of news would have put me in a complete meltdown, tailspin, cussing, crying, out of control, hot mess. And thinking back to when I was like that, I am ashamed because my girls saw that and my oldest took on that for some time until I changed and showed her a different way. This morning, I read and thought, wow, wow, that woman is a healer. Do we both want to help people? We are helping people. What the hell is her problem? Then I took the bike trip, thought about this more, and came back concluding this. I, or my due diligence in picking a name was lacking. I am in the wrong and will more than likely have to change my podcast name. Instead of making her to be a villain and taking on the victim role, I am acknowledging that I'm in the wrong. She is in the right. I sent her an email response admitting I'm in the wrong, but asking her if instead of being competitors, if we, because we are doing the same thing, our purposes are the same, perhaps we can collaborate rather than me changing the podcast name and us doing our own things. I suspect she'll come back telling me, no, you're right. You're in the wrong. I want nothing to do with you. Change your podcast name. And I will. As I told her, I will change it if that is what you want, because I'm not going to take your time to litigate or fight this when both of us need to continue helping others. So I would like to challenge all of you listening to this to take a deep breath, step away when something you perceive as negative. Shut up. Wait, give it some thought. Be open to what you're meant to learn from it. Whatever activity is this situation offering you? That is the bottom line, and what every experience is about how we handle it, how we view it, think of it. That's it for today. If you like what I am producing, what my guests have to say, please subscribe, follow, give a thumbs up, and always love to hear your comments. Until next time, love and light. Mwah.